would be this really rural, sparsely populated, agrarian repast. Well, we know in Travis County that that's no longer the case. The population growth is higher in the unincorporated area than it is in the incorporated city limits of the city of Austin. So we have flipped the idea of county government on its head. And Brian's absolutely right. People who live in the unincorporated area pay significantly less taxes than those who live inside the city limits. So those who live inside the city limits are absolutely subsidizing growth in the unincorporated area. That's why it's extremely important that I hold every developer to at least a 50% contribution on road development. Absolutely. That's why we need a tough negotiator in this position to ensure that growth pays for itself to the greatest extent possible. I can't stop the growth, but I can slow it down, and I can manage it, and I can funnel it toward other municipalities. Because what we need to be doing with the growth in the unincorporated area is providing every incentive and every, frankly, disincentive to push the growth into existing municipalities. There's 20 other municipalities in Travis County. Did y'all know that? 20! There's 13 school districts. We need to be clustering that growth in Pflugerville, Lakeway, Maynard, Del Valley, Mustang Ridge. We need to be clustering it so that these other municipalities can start pulling their own weight and take the weight off of the city of Austin residents. One example is the Sheriff's Department is one example. Let's go with your example, Brian. The Sheriff's Department provides law enforcement countywide and can be pulled into the city of Austin on law enforcement if APD requests it. They don't often request it because APD is pretty darn robust. So the city of Austin residents also subsidize the law enforcement for the entire county. We luckily keep our law enforcement pretty spare. We have a smallish force. It's 800 deputies, and they ride alone in single. They ride alone in single patrols. So they don't. When they respond with a single officer in a single car. Whereas inside the city of Austin, you often see 2 cars responding simultaneously. So we try and keep it as sparse as possible to do the work necessary. And then we partner up with the Pflugerville Police Department, the Lakeway Police Department, the Sunset Valley Police Department. But we are encouraging these other municipalities to develop as robust a police system as they can so that the sheriff's deputies can pull back and these municipal police departments can rise up. That way we reduce the subsidy that's coming from the city of Austin. And we need to be doing the same with emergency service districts, the fire departments. That is another case where we subsidize the fire departments in what was the rural part of the county, but it's no longer rural. ESD 2, Emergency Service District 2, covers Wells Branch and Pflugerville and part of New Sweden out to the northeast. They are as robust a fire department, almost, just about as robust, as Austin Fire. So City of Pflugerville, which is now 50,000 people, needs to pick that up. And this is where the relationships with these other municipalities are going to be really important, because they're not going to want to pick it up on their property tax and their sales tax. But we need them to for equity purposes. So when I say I want to build a green future and a mobile future and a fair and just future, part of it being fair and just is getting these other municipalities to carry their weight.